Factionalism within a historic black business council is in the spotlight today. A statement was released this week in the name of Nafcoc, announcing the re-election of Lawrence Mavundla as its president. He's also the chair of the Black Business Council. But Reverend Joe Hlongwane has completely dismissed that report, saying that he is the legitimate president of Nafcoc. Well, earlier we spoke to one side of this divide, and to respond, we're now joined by Lawrence Mavundla. Thank you for joining us. Lawrence, are you the legitimate, historic, democratically elected president of Nafcoc?
Yes, that could never be further from the truth. I mean, the fact that we had all our members...
So you're saying you are president?
Yes.
That's my question. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're saying what Joe Hlongwane is saying is rubbish?
Hlongwane is an old man, former president of Nafcoc. He was president before Patrice Motsepe. He was president before Matheson. He was president before Mr. Skosana. A man of his age should be retired, sitting with grandchildren. But the reason he is claiming to be the president of Nafcoc is because he was put at the helm of our investment company, Nafcoc Investment, as chairman. And he's got a lot to hide there. That's why he can't go home and retire. That's why he's trying to create an impression that there is another Nafcoc. There isn't another Nafcoc. Are you now
accusing him of fraud?
No. I'm not accusing him of anything. I'm just saying the reason why a man who has been a president 2 terms would go back to that position after having led an investment company, it would only if he wanted to protect something in that seat. I think he has got something to protect.
The question is, what do the members of Nafcoc want? And I just want you to listen to what Joe Hlongwane said earlier today. He's called you a rebel rouser and a troublemaker. Just listen to that. I'll ask you to respond.
Okay.
I'm also surprised that Mavundla would call for elections at a time like this. It's only about 4 days to our conference, 50th anniversary. He did that last year when we had a conference. He's always a detractor. He comes at the wrong time to try and get people to get the wrong message about things. And unfortunately, people didn't take him seriously. And we had an audience of about 2,000 people. And of course, government officials came to grace the occasion. Now this is very, very important. And by the way, I'm one of the stalwarts of Nafcoc. I'm the 5th president. And I was president before Mavundla even ever thought it would come to Joburg, I think.
Are you a detractor?
I wouldn't like to exchange nasty words because he's an old man and I respect him. He's at the age of my father, so I can't exchange nasty words with him, except to say he's the man we respected, who was our former president. Now, you understand that we have had Patrice as a president, we've had Matheson as a president. Nafcoc is rich with young people like me who are capable to lead the organization. Why would we go and fetch a man who was supposed to be retiring? The time when we put him in charge of our assets, which is Nafcoc Investment, now there are legal processes that are taking place there where we are trying to recover the funds from him. Now that's what he's trying to protect. The issue
question
of Nafcoc,
again, Lawrence, is what
Nafcoc,
do the members want? So
members,
tell me about this vote that put you in power.
What happens is Nafcoc highest decision-making structure is called the Nafcoc Council. And this consists of 4 representatives per province and representatives of sectors. They each are represented by 4 people. Now, those people at the headquarters of Nafcoc, like the ANC, where is its headquarters? Is at Luthuli House. Now, the members that I lead, where are they? At Nafcoc head office in Rivonia Street.
So those are the people representing the provinces, and those are the people that elected you?
Yes.
All right.
And I also represent one of those structures. In other words, for the council members can elect amongst itself. In other words, before you can be elected, you must first be a council member. So I'm a council member of Nafcoc because I represent a historically organization that represented hawkers. You'd remember, I started business. I've never been driven by money. I've always been driven by to make sure that we can fight and get justice, and we can fight and get funding.
Well, I want to ask you about that. Where is the fight? Because this looks like an infight, a battle that's taking place. But firstly, Joe Hlongwane said that he's been victorious in the courts, that he would step down if a court said that you were the legitimate president. What's playing out in the courts?
But why should the elections of an organization be decided by a court? The elections
I guess if you've got two factions, that's the only decision body.
What happened is Hlongwane called some people. It's like a parliament. The parliament is in Cape Town. Some people in Bloemfontein call a meeting and elect the president of the country. That would be illegitimate. And therefore, what would the parliament in Cape Town do? The parliament in Cape Town will sue those people to stop calling themselves parliament. And that's exactly what we did. We went to...
Why didn't you win the court case?
No. We must... we have not lost.
Okay, so it's still in the process.
What happened is we went to another judge, and another judge felt that one of our members, who had been bribed by Mr. Hlongwane, called a meeting. And we said, that person, only the president can call meetings of the organization. You can't just have anybody call meetings. And that judge said, no, that person had a right to call the meeting. So we then said, okay, you judge, this is your view. We have now taken the matter on appeal. And we've been granted the appeal.
All right, so
and the
it's
matter
still
is pending.
playing out.
So now, under normal circumstances, if you have been to court and the matter is pending, the status quo remains, which means the current leadership stays.
And you think that would legitimize you anyway?
It does, because if he hasn't won, it means we sit in office until the court in Bloemfontein decides, which we believe that there was a lot of errors in the judgment, and therefore we are going to be victorious. But the most important thing that Nafcoc is about is to represent members in parliament, to government, and air their grievances. Like right now, I'm from a meeting with the Ministry of Small Business where I was raising their issues, is to make sure that members have got access to funding, is to make sure that we do training. We are currently running training throughout the country with the sponsorship
Lawrence, let me just stop you there, because
Belgians.
that's what I was going to ask, and very quickly, please, because we're running out of time. But Nafcoc seems to have faded. When we think of Black Business Councils, we think of the Black Management Forum, the Black Business Council, which you're a part of anyway.
I'm chairman of the Black
So are you
Business
saying
Council.
that things are still happening? Because it sounds like cope that descended into infighting, and the mandate was lost, and the respect from the public was lost.
No, I don't think there is infighting in Nafcoc. I just think somebody who was leading our investment company is trying to hijack it to make it his, and we are saying that's wrong.
All right, we'll follow as this plays out. Thank you for your time. That was Nafcoc's Lawrence Mavundla.